Hello and welcome back. I am so happy that you're here. I know I say that a lot, and it's because I am. Your time is so valuable. I mean, it is such a finite resource, and that's what we're talking about today. Reclaiming our time. After my conversation with my friend, across the street neighbor, and client Jean, and author of her incredible new memoir, Breasts, a relatively short relationship, which will be out early September here in the United States. It's already out in the UK, but you can pre-order it now, which I highly, 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 highly recommend. But from the conversation with Jean, I've been thinking about so much the beauty standards placed on women. And this is one of the reasons that I love Jean's book so much, is something that Jean and I have in common that we have talked about a lot is, and for her, this is prior to her breast cancer diagnosis. We both have large busts. And as she talks about in the podcast episode, it got a lot of attention. As she writes about the objectification she experiences as a woman with a large bust, how that is tied to how we objectify ourselves, how we view ourselves, how we show up in the world, how we dress our bodies, how we don't dress our bodies, how we are perceived by other people. I mean, it helped me put words to things that I've experienced that are my normal, right? So I don't think of them as unique or special because it's all I know. But then hearing someone else say it, it's like, oh, yeah, that is not awesome. And it's something I've really been thinking about a ton as I get closer to making my final decision about getting a breast reduction. Everybody told me my boobs would shrink to smaller than before I started after I had kids and breastfed them, and that is not true for my body. And something that I consider as I consider this decision, something I think about a lot and check in with because it's really, 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 really important is that the decision is mine. And I don't just mean like, I'm not going to ask you, what do you guys think I should do? Also, that's irrelevant, right? What you think I should do, you don't live in my body. So, like, you don't fully understand, right? Even if you love me and want to help me and offer supportive feedback, which is great, this is my decision. And at the end of the day, I have to feel good about it. And the thing I think about so much, this is a long winded way of saying, am I doing this because of how I feel in my body, how I experience my body, where I'm uncomfortable, like literally, like my neck, my like muscles? Am I uncomfortable because when I put on certain clothing, I look a certain way? Is it that I can't buy regular clothing? Um, I have to buy a lot of things a couple sizes up and then tailor it down for the rest of my body so that it can close around my bust. Um, the perception that this is such a great problem to have when really it takes up a lot of mental space and is sometimes really upsetting. All of these things. And I just want to make sure that when I make the decision, it is for me and my body and not because I feel a need to conform to a beauty standard placed on me as a woman. I don't want it to be just because I am overly sexualized because I have big boobs, unless that really is the thing that is driving me, that is uncomfortable, that is not in alignment for me. And this is like showing up all over the place. I don't want it to be to conform to the sizes that someone decided were standard and best for someone like with my dimensions, except for, with the exception of my bust, right? Like, how much of this is what I want for me and how much of this is what I feel like I am supposed to look like in order to be socially acceptable? Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's so nuanced. It's not black and white. So, like, please be clear. I am not trying to make this a black and white issue. And the answer is different for everyone. And the things I consider are different than the things you consider. And all of that nuance is lost, like on social media, in the world, it is so, oh my gosh, it is insane out there. So that is what I've been thinking about. The beauty standards placed on women, which are a tool of the patriarchy to keep us busy with our most valuable resources, our time, our energy, our money, to keep us busy and distracted with our most valuable resources on how we appear to others, not how we are impacting others, but how we appear to others in a way that makes them comfortable and pleased. Our most valuable resources of our thoughts, our time, our energy, and our money. Our thoughts are co-opted with how flat is my stomach? And how flat does it look in like the new high-waisted trend? And oh my God, the low rise is coming back for jeans. And how flat is my stomach for that? I can't do that. You know, how I look in wide-legged jeans, which we're told are the new skinny jeans, which means skinny jeans are coming back in like 10 minutes. Our thoughts are constantly calculating how much freaking protein we've eaten. I mean, I don't do that, but like it's everywhere, right? Our thoughts of the infinite ways in which we are saddled with caring for and about everyone else except ourselves. Our time with hair appointments, nail appointments, wax appointments, styling our hair, putting on makeup, taking off makeup properly, skincare routines, downtime from procedures, endlessly preparing more and more protein, and our energy with the latest workout trend, keeping up with that, which is guaranteed to make us healthy. I mean, skinny. They mean skinny, okay? That's why it's constantly changing, because it is not about your health and longevity and sustainability. It's about them making money off of our conditioning to be good women, right? The newest water bottle, different supplements, and don't even get me started on the supplements. Literally. Okay, the other day someone asked me if I'm a supplement person, and I was like, "Well, I don't know what that means." And she was like, "Do you like try anything?" And I said, "No." I do take some supplements. Um, they are advised by my doctor and the dietitian that I work with for my chronic digestive issues since I was a child. So like, I'm sorry, it's not a trendy gut health issue. It's like a lifelong cage of of bowel stuff. Okay. And then I was like, why? What are you taking? And she said, this is, I can't with the cow colostrum. I'm sorry. If you know what colostrum is, you probably know why I want to barf hearing about it. And listen, if you're taking it and you like it, I'm not here to yuck your yum, but also like it's going to come and go. Like this is not a lasting thing. And like just eat real food. Okay, that's my opinion. But I'm also thinking maybe you're here because you're interested in that. And if you're not, um, you probably don't like anything I have to say anyway. Okay, the supplements. But now I'm not saying that any of these things are bad. Like I said, I take some supplements, right? And I really like them. They've really had a huge impact on my life and it's incredible. And I recommend you talk to your medical team about like what would be the best configuration with the least number of supplements to help support your body. That's fine. Right? Like I do some of these things. I'm not a manicure person. I don't like waiting for my nails to dry, and I've done the gel and it ruins my nails, and I just like the upkeep of it. It just doesn't give me that experience, but I know other people it's very relaxing and restorative. So you do that. I'm not going to do that, okay? Um again, I'm not here to yuck your yum, but I am here to ask you that these things that you are choosing to invest your most valuable and finite resources, your thoughts, your time, your energy, your money, are they your decision? Do they truly serve you? Do they take care of you? Do they align with your values? Do they move your mission forward in this life, whatever that is? Do they support your work to be your best self and make the world a better place by, affecting the people around you that you love most? Or are they things you do because it's what you do, that are thinly veiled tools of the patriarchy to keep you distracted? Now, I will admit, okay, right, for the past year or so, once I turned 40, I I I did a lot of mental gymnastics regarding Botox, which this nothing I have a lot all my friends are do Botox. They look beautiful. And for whatever reason, I don't want to do it. And it's a lot of money and I don't think I really need it. Which a friend and client of mine I was talking to her about it. And she was like, "Do it." And I was like, "Well, I don't mind the wrinkles that I have." And she goes, "That's your first problem," which we both cracked up. And I may change my mind in the future, but what I realized as I was thinking about it, I was like, why am I thinking so much about Botox? Was that I felt like because I turned 40, I now should be doing that. That's what I should be doing at 40 because everybody was doing it. And for me, it's not the right decision. For me, that would be a way to siphon my resources to something else. For other people, that is not the case. Okay. I'm going to stop giving these disclaimers because I'm going to trust that that I live in that liminal space. I live in that nuance. There are exceptions and everything. And I ultimately don't care what you choose as long as you're not hurting anybody. But all I care about is that your decision is yours. Because current things that are coming up, I do not find it a coincidence that while the United States is an absolute dumpster fire of a mess, which is the understatement of forever, that it is once again becoming trendy to be skinny, that heroin chic, that 90s skin and bones skeletal look. Skinny is back. And I do not think that this is a coincidence. This is the trend right now because if we are actually starving, right? If we have brain fog, if we are exhausted, if our memory is compromised, if we literally have no gas in the tank, we can't fight back. Suddenly, very high platform, skinny high heels are back. Shoes that literally disable women from and men who wear them, us from being able to move freely and quickly. Are you kidding me? And I get that I maybe sound a bit I think her name is Enid, in Legally Blonde, when Elle meets Enid on the first day of Harvard Law School in her little orientation group, and she's the one who's petitioning for Harvard to change semester to ovester. I get that I could maybe sound like that, but the maths. I I the way that things are falling apart politically and it is our opportunity to take a stand is the exact time that it is now trendy for us to spend all of our money on supplements that are proven nowhere. The latest trendy workout that they've gotten very expensive, right? Those aren't cheap. That we're defunding food stamps and shaming people for it, but we're supposed to be also then telling other people, and I'm saying the collective we, not me personally. I'm going to stop with the disclaimers, but that now we also have to be starving in high heels and probably a freaking pencil skirt so that we literally are disabled. That is not a coincidence. And again, like my brain has been in this space and was so inspired by Jean's book and my conversation with her, because for as long as I remember, I've definitely said after I have kids, I'm getting a breast reduction. Listen, I am my mother's daughter. Okay? Like I knew what was coming, and it's a lot to carry. But as I really consider it, again, I just constantly am checking in. Is this because I feel like having a big bust makes me overall look like I am a bigger person who takes up more space and has perhaps a different body type than I am accustomed to having because I had it for 35 years before I had kids? Or is it because, for example, yesterday I didn't go to a class that I really, really love because it's very jumpy and I was not wearing the right bra. So, like, I can't do it. I would just have to be holding my boobs the whole time or in pain. Like which is it? And maybe it's both, right? But I want to make sure that this is my decision. So I recently posted a reel on Instagram about this. There was this one morning, much like today, where I needed to record some videos. I have an 8-week online workout series going on right now, and I had it in the calendar for that day to record like the next 2 weeks workouts. So that I could line them up. They were ready to go to the people who signed up. Like, this is a pre-recorded online thing, so I made time to do it. And I felt great. I was energized. I was ready to go. I had like the perfect amount of time to record one of the workouts. I was going to do the other one later. Like, I had it structured perfectly. And then I realized that my hair was like a little dirty and like kind of looked a little weird. Not unlike today. And I didn't have any makeup on, just like right now. And so I paused and was like, oh, this kind of affects my plan for the rest of the week, right? Like, I don't have time right now to go like wash my hair and then put makeup on and get myself together and then come up here and work out before I have my first client. And I didn't want to put it off because, again, like I I'm very intentional with how I structure my week, which also includes downtime where I am not working, and that is sacred. Okay. And it was like I was feeling it. I was ready to go. And then I thought, who cares if I have makeup on? Who cares if my hair is done? We are exercising, we are moving our bodies. And for real, like, if you're coming to my classes in person or online, you're there for the content, right? You're there to spend time with me and our people who are all like-minded, for the movement and the curiosity and the education, the no such thing as TMI, a fully judgment-free zone, which you're not there for my concealer. And like, listen, I'm not going to show up looking like such a wreck that it's distracting. And then you're like, oh my God, is Alyssa okay? Like, she really doesn't look like she's okay. But I also don't need glam to work out. And the more I thought about it, I remember all of the feedback, there is a lot of it, that I have received over the years from clients appreciating that I show up looking like a real person. I show up how you do, exactly as I am in that moment, ready or not to move my body and explore what's going on, and how I can challenge myself and develop my body and myself in a way that both serves me and my community. And there's so much fake stuff out there right now with AI. Isn't it refreshing to feel and see something real? And so I posted this reel about how I am reclaiming my time by recording anyway. I release the things I should be doing or need to do for, like, so that I appear professional and show up picture perfect. And I reject the whole aspirational image. Now, this doesn't mean I never put makeup on. Okay. But I am finished conforming myself to please a mass audience. There's a lyric from this incredible musical called Title of Show that not a lot of people know, but it is so good. And there's this lyric that keeps like keeps popping into my head at like just the right moment. So I'll sing it for you. I'd rather be 9 people's favorite thing than 100 people's ninth favorite thing. 9 people's favorite thing than 100 people's ninth favorite thing. And there's like one point they like sing it and they're like all at different times and it's like in a canon and it is so beautiful and the message is so strong. I can't not be me and I don't want to not be me. And I operating like this, like I can sleep better at night. I can also get more sleep because I'm using my time efficiently on things that really matter to me and the impact I want to have and get to have with my community. My energy is protected for the things that matter most to me and my community, my resources. Thoughts, time, energy, money are being used in the most potent way because they are allocated in alignment with my values and my mission and my life and my community. And I know that this small act of resistance by not putting makeup on to to film a workout is a drop in the bucket when it comes to taking down the patriarchy. And I also know that if I can inspire you to resist a little bit too, where like if you want to put makeup on, you put it on, but also if you don't feel like it, you don't. If I can inspire you to resist in that way a little bit, and that inspires someone else in your life, and then it inspires someone in their life, and it keeps going and going. And if you start investing your most valuable resources accurately in alignment with your values and your mission and start investing those resources in yourself and your life and your community again in ways that align with you and your mission and your values and that inspires someone else and you get it right and it just keeps going and going and going. If we all do one small thing together, we can really make a difference.